Hello best friend, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all having the most incredible day. This is the first time that you're watching my channel. My name is Sebastian and I welcome you all with open arms. I spill pop culture tea videos every single day, so if you're looking for a new messy best friend, you have found me. So grab a snack and a drink, hit that subscribe button, girl, because we gotta talk about Sam Asghari, Britney Spears' ex-husband. Okay, girl, listen. First of all, I mean, he looks good. He looks good. Listen, the guy is very sexy, okay? It is what it is. It looks like he got a hair transplant. I mean, he looks great, you know? Listen, Sam Asghari, he, I guess, sat down with the Hollywood Reporter, and the whole interview is basically about Miss Britney Spears. And one thing I will say this is that, girl, every single interview, anything that he does will always be associated with Britney because Britney made him, in my opinion. Sorry, girl, but anyways, let's read about this. Maybe our our tone will change. You know, maybe it'll change. Let's give this a try, okay? So it says Sam Asghari wants to be an action hero, but all anybody asks But all anybody asks about is his ex-wife, Miss Britney Spears, pop queen, living legend, born December 2nd, 1981. Baby, one more time. Oops, I did it again. Britney in the zone. Greatest hits, my prerogative. Blackout circus, femme fatale, Britney, Jean, and glory. All right, there you go, best friend. So it says here, after spending much of his 20s in a turbulent relationship with the pop star, the newly divorced Iranian-born bodybuilder is trying to make a name for himself that sometimes have been a challenge. Why say turbulent relationship? I'm already starting off and I'm already getting pissed the fuck off. Why say turbulent, bitch? It takes two to tango, okay? Anyways, it says, here's a list of things that Sam Asghari does not want to talk about. How he met Britney Spears, what it was like dating Britney Spears, what it was like living with Britney Spears, what it was like being married to Britney Spears, why he divorced Britney Spears, whether he's still in touch with Britney Spears, how he feels about Britney Spears now. In other words, pretty much any sentence that contains the word Britney and or Spears will get the same answer, which is to say no answer, or at least not a particular satisfying answer. Well then, Sam Asghari, I guess this video is over. Bye. What else is there to you, boo? It says here, in my life, it's private. It's private. If my life is private, it's private. That's something I'm always going to respect, regardless of any agreement or not. Asghari says, referring to a possible divorce settlement between himself and the pop star that might explain his girl, what is this word? What is this word, girl? This R word right here. Reticence, I don't know what the fuck that is, bitch, but I guess you'll know. To discuss his ex-wife. It's just the values that I have. Asghari 30 is sitting poolside at a high-rise apartment building in Brentwood that allegedly Britney Spears is paying for $10,000 a month. He's dressed exactly the way you'd imagine a 6'2" fitness buff turned aspiring action hero to be. Black mesh shorts, white Nikes, and a cream-colored sleeveless hoodie that shows off his ample biceps. Originally, Asghari's had suggested an interview at his home nearby, but at the last minute, he switched location to a friend's apartment complex. Okay, never mind, I take back what I said. Where for the better part of a scorching July afternoon, he does his best to maneuver the conversation into the one area he very much does want to discuss more than anything in the world, his future as an actor. Over the past few years, Asghari has locked himself into resume building mode in a bid to transform himself into the next Arnold Schwarzenegger or Dwayne Johnson, or at least Jean-Claude Van Damme. First came the cameos, including playing a sexy Santa in a 2021 episode of Max Hacks. That's a good one. Hacks is a good show. I didn't see him in it though. Then came somewhat longer roles, most recently in the supporting cast of this summer's Jackpot, an action comedy on Prime Video starring Awkwafina, Simu Liu, and John Cena. Next year there will be his first foray into reality TV when he competes on the third season of The Traitors. Such a good show. I highly recommend Traitors. It's amazing. He says, quote, as long as you're true to yourself, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're working hard and you're not being a bad person to anybody. Your destiny presents itself, he says, his massive biceps glistening in the sunset. Sam Asghari was sitting at the head of a formal dining table in a black tuxedo, a glass of spilled milk on his right. Suddenly, Britney Spears appeared. Girl, the literal interview goes from like, yeah, superhero Britney. You know, it's like, girl, he must be so pissed off at this damn interviewer. Like, the first thing he said was, I don't want to talk about Britney Spears, and then it goes straight to Britney Spears. It says, formal dining, they're talking about the slumber party video. Suddenly, Britney Spears appeared crawling on all fours across the table, wearing only a black bra and underwear set, black fishnets, and a spiked silver collar around her neck in slow motion. The pop star arched her back and licked up the spilled milk, kicking her heels in the air. Asghari froze stiff in his chair, their gazes locked. Not exactly a classic meet cute moment, but there you have it, the first time Asghari and Spears laid eyes on each other. This is literally about Britney. Like, it literally goes on about Britney. The year was 2016. Oh my God, this is so crazy. I feel bad for him. The year was 2016 and they were shooting a scene in the singer's music video for Slumber Party, a reggae pop track featuring the artist Tinashe, or how Britney likes to call her, Tinashe. I was focused on work. I was there to be professional, Asghari says of his initial encounter with Spears, who is 12 years older than he is. But at the same time, you know, things happen. What happened after the Slumber Party shoot, Asghari reveals, after much hemming and hawing, was that one of Spears' assistants reached out to him on her behalf to ask him to meet. The two ended up dining at Koi, at the time a busy sushi restaurant in West Hollywood. It was so natural, as Asghari says, referring to their connection, his granite jawline melting into a smile. How Asghari ended up in the music video is something of a journey. This whole interview is about Britney Spears. Ay, Dios mío, señor, I feel so bad for him. How Asghari ended up in the music video is something of a journey. It started in 2006 when he was 12 years old. That's when Asghari immigrated from Iran. He grew up in Tehran to the US. In a move that separated his family, Asghari and his father settled in the city of Westlake Village, California. But his mother and three older sisters stayed behind in Iran for several years before joining them. It was, he says, a tough situation for his family, but he made the best of it. He threw himself into assimilation. For starters, he began eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because he saw American children eating them. Much later, he would name his new production company PB&J. Okay, girl. Okay, it's a bunch of, okay, no, this is like super long, girl. It's all about his journey. Okay, now it gets like his journey, his, his school life, this and that. You guys can definitely go read that. It's too long, and quite frankly, I don't think I'm that interested. So it goes back to Britney saying Asghari keeps the details of the next 8 years deliberately hazy. What happened behind closed doors at Spears' Thousand Oaks mansion, where they eventually settled, and where in 2021 he proposed before they married in 2022, is largely not something he is willing to discuss. Neither is his decision to file for divorce. Citing I never know how to fucking say that word, bitch. Irreconcilable differences. Neither is the timeline and dynamics of that divorce, which was finalized in May. For a brief, flickering moment, he comes close to revealing more so about Spears' controversial 13-year conservatorship, which was terminated in 2021, November. There were so many bad people in their life and that took advantage of this person. But even that revelation is cloaked in an ambiguous pronoun. When asked whether he is indeed referring to Spears, he quietly confirms. One could read between the lines as to why Asghari does not discuss specifics. According to 2021 report in the New York Times, during the conservatorship, Spears' father, Jamie, heavily controlled and he had fucking cameras allegedly all over the place. He was literally, he was so fucking disgusting. I don't even like to fucking imagine him. I don't like to say his name. I don't like to fucking read about him. It gives me the goosebumps. Anyways, girl, listen. It goes. He doesn't talk about anything anymore. He is basically quiet about everything. about Britney. Not even Asghari closest friends have much more access or insight into the marital life. Asghari's roommate before he moved in with Spears confirms that even he was kept in the dark about the relationships, ups and downs. I don't really know too many details. Sam always handled it in an honorable, mature way. But what actually happened, I wouldn't be privileged to know. Whatever happened in May, it's made Asghari a bachelor again, which he seems to have mixed feelings about. When something ends, of course, there's going to be a moment where you are sad and upset, but just be happy that it ever happened. You know, one thing I will say about Sam Asghari is that, of course, I have a feeling that there's like this huge, you could read the rest of the article, girl. It just goes on and on about him wanting to be a superhero. I will say this. One thing I'm so grateful for is I guess, right? I'm just kind of guessing that there is some kind of like legal agreement that he cannot discuss Britney, which I'm so grateful for. But I don't know, best friend. I don't get the feeling from Sam that he will bash Britney. Like, I just don't see it. I don't see him bashing Britney. I don't know why. I know a lot of people don't like him. I know a lot of people have very mixed feelings about him, but there's something in me that I'm like, I don't think that he's like the greatest person, but I don't think he would be the one to bash Britney to the way that others have bashed Britney. But, him agreeing about the turbulent relationship and all that, it's sort of like, it gives me a glimpse of hope to like say something positive about him. And then I'm just like back to, I don't like him. I don't trust him. I don't want him anywhere near Britney. And I'm so grateful that they have that legal doc to protect her. But anyways, girl, what do we think? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Listen, I wish everyone well. I really do. I'm grateful that there is an agreement because I do think that Sam wants so badly to become famous that maybe that will kind of, cloud his judgment and he will, choose to bash Britney. Hopefully never. But if that is the case, then I'm ready to go to war, honey girl. Do not come for Miss Britney Jean Spears, okay? Do not come for Miss Britney Jean Spears, because what we're not gonna do is we're not gonna come for Miss Britney Circus, Blackout, In the Zone, Britney, Oops, Baby, okay? What we're not gonna do is come for Miss Britney Spears, okay? Anyways, girl, love you so much. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video.